Greetings and welcome to today's presentations. Today's topic is elitism at the expense of the masses is holding back Jamaica. Now, the government keep announcing about the few hundred students each year that will receive help to train in this or that specialist field. However, the headlines should be about what the government is providing for the tens of thousands of high school students leaving high school each year without much hope of getting full-time jobs, permanent full-time jobs, that is. Turning around Jamaica's fortune should be about providing employment for the hundreds of thousands of Jamaican youth and young adults who need permanent full-time jobs. Many of these adults have 40 years to go before they reach retirement age, yet have very little hope of getting a permanent full-time job where they can look forward to having a house and raising a family with some level of dignity. There are no other sector in Jamaica that can provide permanent full-time jobs for those who are poorly educated than the tourism industry. Many adults do not want to go back to college to get a diploma for one reason or another. In terms of raising the country's literacy level, the government needs to focus on those who are still in school to make sure children are leaving high school with a decent level of education. Now, the government somehow knows how to be crafty when they want to get a 200% or 200% increase in their pay rate. But when it comes to nation building, they present their plans to the people in a way that it is oftentimes rejected by the people. The government might have meant well. For example, the way the government present the 3 international airports that it plans to develop, namely the Negril Airport, the Holland Bamboo Airport, and Vernon Field Airport. There are very little enthusiasm for these plans, and I think it is the way the government present these plans. Likewise, the way the government mentioned that they intend to tackle the 20,000 roads in Jamaica, people are suspicious about that plan as well. The people cannot see the long-term value of those developments to their current and future needs. However, if some all-inclusive hotels were announced across the country, that would provide permanent employment for local people, along with housing development across Jamaica that could provide housing solutions to a couple who are both working full-time permanently, then people would see the needs for the airports and the roads, etc. Because the tourism industry says shortly after COVID, it says that there's no other sector in the world that can provide money for the poor people than tourism industry. And you see this on the world stage as well. He said that no other sector in the whole world that can get money from the hands of the wealthy to the hands of the poor, no other sector in the world as the tourism sector can do. And that was proven after the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, Jamaica could not recover from COVID the way they did the tourism industry. And the Caribbean in a whole get a boost in tourism because of COVID as well. Because while Europe was shut down, many Americans North Americans, came to Jamaica for holiday, because most Americans, whether it's Canada or the USA, North Americans, they go to Europe for the holiday each year. But they came, especially in the summer. But in summer 2020, they came to the Caribbean. Some for the first time, because they only go to the Caribbean in the winter season. And so the government now have this golden opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity, because of the COVID, because of the war in Ukraine, and now the war in the Middle East as well. There's an opportunity to expand tourism in the Caribbean and in Jamaica, particularly. So what the government needs to do now is to announce they're gonna build 100 hotels across Jamaica, and this is to provide jobs for the people in Jamaica. So you have the young adults, you have some ladies with 2 kids, 22 years old, and they can't find jobs. You have young guys, poorly educated, who can't find jobs, and they can get jobs in the tourism industry, permanent jobs. You have people across Jamaica selling candies and sweets on the streets in towns, making very little money, each day, and they can get permanent jobs in tourism industry. And the government needs to say to these people that if you're working full time and you're a couple, 2 people together working, and you can get housing solution. The government needs to make that statement clear to people that if they're working even a minimum wage, full-time permanent jobs for 2 or 3 years, they can get a housing solution. And that's why we need the roads, because the roads need to put in to go get you the hotels, especially in the north coast, the south coast of Jamaica. You need the hotels here as well. You need jobs here as well, and you need the roads to get to the hotels. You need the airport so the tourists can get to the hotels within half hour or within 1 hour, less than 1 hour from they left the airport to go to the hotels. That is needed, and this could boost Jamaica's GDP, massively, and it could cut the crime rate in Jamaica a lot as well, because some guys, I know these guys in Jamaica. I grew up with them, in my youth, and there's different generation now, of course, but when they leave school for the first 2 or 3 years, they're thinking, my God, what am I going to do with my life? And they are struggling, and they start to enter gangs, smoking weed, every day, and they start to lose it. The mind go astray, they become mentally unstable as well, all that stuff. But if the government have this hotel industry across Jamaica, and some of them will jump at the opportunity massively, shortly after they leave high school, and you have many others as well in their 20s and 30s as well, who would love the opportunity to work in the hotel industry as well, and they can be working for 30, 40 years in the hotel industry, building up Jamaica GDP massively, and providing the roads, because the airports, is for the roads as well. The airport and the roads as well is for the people of Jamaica as well, and the diasporas as well, because many diasporas, we want to come home to Jamaica. I'm living in the UK for over 30 years now. We want to come to Jamaica, but there's no roads to drive on. We don't want to go and live in cities, Magical Bay and Kingston. We don't want that. We want to live in the countryside. We need roads to drive on. People want to see roads, and then you will see massive housing developments across Jamaica. But it all begins getting those millionaires and billionaires companies to come and build the hotels in Jamaica, across Jamaica. Let them build the hotels. They have the money to build it. It costs $250 million to build a 1,000 room hotel in Jamaica. It costs $500 million to build the Princess William Hotel in Hanover. We need these across the country. We need 5 in St. Elizabeth, 5 in Manchester, 6 in Westmoreland. We need across the country. And that's how the country is going to develop. And then you're going to get the roads now. Then diasporas now will come home. Why? Because we have roads and highways to drive on. You see that? We have safety now. Proper street lighting. We have airports can get to our place of abode quickly. That's how the country can develop. And guess what? War gonna start shortly as well. When the war starts in the world, the diaspora's gonna run home. But even right now, people are going to Africa. Many diasporas now are going to Africa because Africa embraced the Chinese more, and they embrace the highways and the roads and the cities being built in Africa right now. So many diasporas now from Jamaica heading to Africa because it's more developed than Jamaica. But Jamaica need to catch up now, and build up the place so they can cut the crime rate, get rid of the idle hands. You hear the phrase, devil find work to give, idle hands to do. So get people out of office streets into the hotel industry to work. Those who are already. The education system is for the new kids who are in school now. Get the schools right and correct, so people who want to leave school now have a decent education. But the adults who are left school already, they don't get back to school again. You got to provide for them, and they have 40 years to work before they retire. They are the ones who are going to build the country, the idle hands. Okay? God bless you. God bless your Prime Minister. God bless the Jamaican Parliament. And God bless you for listening. Please subscribe to my channel to get new updates. God bless you. To my next video, peace.